What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late night in the BrewLab with me, Lone Fox, your Brewmaster-in-Chief. And tonight, in the BrewLab, I'm coming at you with some best of 3 content, as promised. And we're going to be looking at Izzet Proft's Eidetic Memory. An Izzet deck that focuses on drawing as many, at least 2 cards every turn, possibly even during the opponent's turn, and benefiting from all of the value that generates with our cards that synergize with that mechanic. So, couple of really sweet new ones that we have not showcased on the channel yet since Murder's a Call of Mana dropped. So I will be a little bit more in-depth with my deck tech, or BrewTech as I like to call them, tonight. And then we'll jump right into some gameplay footage. And if we have enough time, because these best of 3 videos do go a little longer, it kind of just depends on the matchups. We may have time for some stats at the end, or definitely have a little bit of discussion about potentially, incorrect sideboard choices, things that I may have done incorrectly. But I have put some friggin' time into this one, so I'm really hoping that we don't get any extreme cases of Streamer's Curse, and just have a nice couple of good victories on camera. So, without further ado, let's jump into tonight's brew. Izzet Eidetic Memory, making use of a new enchantment from Murder's a Call of Mana, Proft's Eidetic Memory. When it ETBs, draw a card. Then you have no maximum hand size. That doesn't really come into too much play in this deck. But, future video, perhaps, that's always an interesting line of text. But then, at the beginning of combat on your turn, if you've drawn more than 1 card this turn, you put X +1/+1 counter on target creature you control, where X is the number of cards you've drawn this turn -1. So at the very least, if you draw 2 cards, it's 1 counter. If you draw 3 cards, it's 2 counters, so on and so forth. And you'll see why that is good in this deck, because we have things like Ledger Shredder, which connives, so that's drawing. Connive says to have a creature connive, draw a card, then discard a card. So that will, put potentially more counters on things if the Proft is in play. Then we've got the Faerie Vandal. I'm rocking the old Throne of Eldraine version, but there is a new one, or new Faerie Vandal. There we go. It's Streets of New Capenna art. I prefer the old one, so I've stuck with that. Whenever you draw your second card, put a +1/+1 counter. This is a very old card. Everybody knows what this does by now, but you can see again how we want to be drawing more than 1 card every turn, and where the synergies lie. And then we've also got the Steamcore Scholar, a new card as well, which at first glance was very terrible, but then now that I've been playing it, the main downside is the lack of power and toughness. But if you have ways of growing that, then hell yeah. Let's go. So Vigilance, Dodging, Wandering Emperor, the Flying. Essentially what we're trying to do here is get some early cheap flyers down, and then just buff them and swing for the kill. And we've got so much card draw and filtering that we work our way through our deck to find the answers that we need. And I've been having fairly good matchups against even like Boros control, Boros midrange. Slow down, folks. It's been a long day. Boros Convoke. We have a fairly good matchup against them because of all of our flyers. The early game stuff we put down has a fair bit of toughness, mostly the Shredder. And so, honestly, I thought I would do worse against that deck, and I'm running into a little bit less of it of late. Plenty of this sort of Rakdos aggro, which is just mono red with the little fling guy, the adventure fling guy. Plenty of that sort of combat tricky type decks in best of 3, for me at least tonight. I don't know if it's just a random chance, but feels like the meta shifted a little bit again. Let's see what we get served up. But keeping that in mind, now we can have a look at the sideboard, and you'll see that I've got 3 of these Into the Fire as my way of dealing with Boros Convoke. It's fantastic. This is actually a little bit of sideboard tech I stole from a similar list that I saw. Izzet best of 3, Eidetic Memory list that I found on MTGA Online results. Most of the rest of the sideboard is mine, but this is one of the cards that I kept. 2 damage to each creature, planeswalker, and battle, right? Most of our stuff, the Shredder already dodges it, and then we're trying to get just 1 Faerie Vandal trigger. It's already dodging it. Putting a point is, it's often a one-sided board wipe and it deals with Boros Convoke, but it does both things, you know? Maybe there's those matches where you don't need to use the sweeper side of it, and then you can do the put any number of cards from the bottom of your library, then draw that many cards plus 1. You can see how that is also really good in this deck, especially considering the Eidetic memory. So nice, like multitasker card there. I love this kind of stuff. Then other key additions, things that I think are pretty sweet and no one else had thought of in this, because I've seen a few versions of this. We even played against a guy who, I think it was with the Boros Smithy deck just the other night. And then that's what got me trying to do this. But Ambitious Assault, back from Kamigawa, modified stuff. Love the art on this one. Look at the little frogs on their heads. Because we're modifying things, and some of the stuff kind of just is modified. Well, you know, modifies itself. The Connive, the Draw 2 trigger, the Proft. You know, we can use a map token to put +1/+1 counters on things. At some point, most of our stuff's modified, and then we get to swing, and then instant speed, buff the whole squad by +2/+0, which is quite a bit, and draw a card. So again, 2 in 1, like, it's doing 2 things that we want to do. I thought it was a great little addition, and it's come in clutch in a couple of matches. Then I've got a bunch of phase out, 2 marches, 3 slip out the backs. We're going to be playing against Azorius Control, freaking Sunfall shenanigans. Phase out is your only way to deal with that, but if we don't have the phase out in hand, we also have some Disdainful Strokes, 1 negate in the side, 1 negate in the main, 2 make disappears. So also some counter magic just to help out. And then last but not least, sneaky one of Lost in the Maze. Just wanted to give this a whirl. We probably end up never drawing it. I've had it come in clutch like in 1 match since I've been testing with the deck, but it's got flash, so it fits the sort of this like tempo style of play, and again, very versatile. Flash it in our creatures if they're already tapped. You don't even need to target them, right? Because tapped creatures you control have hexproof. So if you're trying to protect one of your tapped creatures, say from mono red, swinging in and going for their own Witchstalker's Frenzy or something like that, fine. Flash this in, our stuff has hexproof. And then you can target a number of the opponent's creatures, and then the ones that belong to the opponent get a stun counter on it. So, you know, unable to attack the following turn. So buys you time, protects your creatures, stalls the board state, all this kind of stuff. I think this is a really sweet little card. Unfortunately, not much more space than 1 of them in the side, but I want to play around with this one a little bit more in future videos, so stay tuned for that. But pretty sweet design. And one that went below my radar when I was first looking at Call of Mana spoilers back in the day. And that's the deck. I think we all know what the plan is here. 22 lands to be specific. 2.2 average mana. Crimson Pulse. The spicy one of in the deck is a Brass Tunnel Grinder. All of these connive triggers. Maybe we flip this pretty quick, and then, you know, getting some tunnel grinding going on with the Tech Lutan, the Searing Rift. Amazing. And then one of my favorite cards from the new set, Case of the Crimson Pulse. Really sweet. And again, drawing cards, helping with all of the blue stuff. So it's really just a light red splash for some removal, but some of the red removal also draws you cards. So pretty cool. I'm enjoying this one. And there's a best of 1 blue version that I've cooked up as well. So maybe before, you know, or maybe during spoiler season, we will switch back to best of 1 for the odd video. I'll keep that for then. Also revitalizing some calendar nonsense. Really, really fun. But I want to stick to what I promised. So we'll do probably best of 3 green Stompy next. And then maybe do a little foray back into best of 1 for some Jeskai calendar shenanigans and new mono blue shenanigans next week. Stay tuned! Of course, as I'm recording this, the debut for Outlaws of Thunder Junction is coming out tomorrow. Late midnight tomorrow, so probably you can expect some sort of reaction video to that coming shortly after. By the way, thank you all so much to everybody who watched and commented and reposted and liked the Bane Ripper deck from the last video I put up. I had so much fun with that one, and I'm really happy that like more people are, a lot of people are enjoying the deck and playing it and you know, letting me know how much fun they're having with it and whatnot. That really means, it really makes my day. Like, I put so much effort into this, and I any little bit of you know, positive feedback really goes a long way to making my day great. Uh-oh, we got one of these slow ass people. Do I need to get ready with my snoozing princess thingy? Oh god, no. I am so sick of this deck already. It's the new Temur Ramp. It's so boring. Oh my god. And when it's coupled with a slow player, it's just the slowest, most nonsense fucking thing. Bugger off. Hello. Oh, ledger shredder. I just wish to draw another land now. I'm reconsidering discarding the one I did last, because Shredder Eidetic Memory is a really nice. I knew that this card would be problematic, and I just imagined it would just be Virtue, but then, ooh. Okay. This needs to get to how many? 3. You know, 3 more ball counters on it, remove those counters, yada yada yada. Okay. I don't know, I think we've had a bit too slow of a start, and the opponent's just doing stupid shit. This deck really drives me up the wall. It's like, it's rapidly becoming one of the most annoying decks for me. Yeah, I'm gonna flash in something or counter something. Alright. Too late for that. A douche. So now there's that damn, you know, this is fantastic now that we flipped the one, like, spicy one of doing its thing. He doesn't have blue yet, so there's that card that's called, like, something explosion. And that would have, yeah, it's the only sweeper they run in the deck, as far as I've seen, so we may actually get there, people. Can you imagine? Discover. Thank you. I need another Proft. We don't even need the Witchstalker Frenzies. Oh, baby. Oh. What are you going to do now, mate? What do you think you're actually going to do? Gain a few life with the new stupid-ass card? Man, I really hate this deck. And I think my main reason why I hate it, other than the slowness and everything else that I've just mentioned, is the fact that this card, which is the main, let's say, reason why people are playing it now, should not have existed in the same format as the... Why can't I click away here? As these cards from New Capenna. And that together just really bothers me. So I think we can get rid of the make disappears here. And bring in the negates. So like that maybe, and the disdainful stroke. One of. We don't need the frenzies. I think we just go like full ham. Like try to, I don't know, maybe March of Swirling Mist to protect our guys. If he finds that sweeper, the explosion sweeper. And then like ways to just do more damage quickly. We need to win this game quick and prepare ourselves for when he maybe goes for the boom boom thing and have like a negate in hand. You know, with the World Soul's Grace. If we can do that... Hey, that's not terrible. Depending on what I draw off the top, I'll either just Reef Siren, or if we find a good 2-drop... Okay. That's all of our freaking counterspells. I love this game. At least we won game 1, so that like gives me a bit of like... to like try out other sideboard things. But yeah, like this deck is extremely disgusting. There she blows. I guess we just go for this now. So many animations, and it always takes time, and then you find this type of like real slow opponent, and it's just really demoralizing. There's the ill-timed whatever. That got shuffled. Ooh, bye 2 of your win cons. I'm sure he's not happy about that. Okay. I guess I could have swung with both there. That was silly. Cool. That's something. Now he'll do the thing with the analyst. We need to prevent sweeper, and we need to prevent the World Soul's Grace combo finish thing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's 1 away from actually doing the thing. Trying to just... Ooh, that's nice. And he's only got... Well, he's got 4 of these damn courtyards. Whatever the hell they're called. So boring. I literally just... Right now, I would almost play against... The only thing maybe I'd still would rather less play against is just classic Azorius control. That's always going to be my most matchup, but this is also just really dull. Like, it just... Another trigger. And then triggers and another trigger. And then we get a trigger on the trigger. Woo! Now he's going to try and play the Virtue. And we're going to counter it. That's going to be glorious. Ba-doink! Bye-bye! Ooh! Eh. Wow, like maybe too much interaction, I don't know, but I didn't really remove any creatures. We just got a bad draw. Again, it wouldn't be so problematic if we didn't have to sit here every turn waiting for this guy to do the same thing like a million times, just over and over again. I think what I'm gonna do now, although it's probably dangerous, I was thinking to maybe okay. He can do this instant speed now, so maybe he will. Yeah, I think it's too late. Like, it's one creature. It's not going to do it. I'll play it out just because that's me. I like doing this kind of thing, but my goodness. So damn slow. He's just going to try and beat us like this. He knows I'm holding up stuff. No. Just one. Do it. Come on, do it. Ah. They need to find also that one of Shigeki to like bring back the thing. It's just so slow. Maybe I should have not played the, the shredder there. Sure. Let's sit through another 150 triggers. Woo! Let's go! Someone like discovered this deck and then it just broke out and now everyone's playing it, and that's someone. You little... You went and ruined everyone's life on Arena. Like 24 minutes in already. Just waiting for Temur Ramp triggers. Woo! Now he's out of basics, so these are just life gain. Aha! That's nice. That is very nice. Thank you. Or 2. Lands, of course. He's got just too much life. I'm just going through the motions because I don't like to concede to this type of person, but we've got double negate now up. Let's just say he found his win con here. We can block the analyst, but like this analyst is just going to be used to bring back all of these stupid ass lands that should never have been in the same format as the analyst. Oh, there we go. First one gets negated. Hee hee hee. You do you, mate. You do you, and I will do me. You're gonna cast another spell, please, so I get some shredder triggers? No? Okay, let's sit through another 100 triggers, because why not? How much life gain is that every time? And then there's another Nissa that also... Yeah, the other... No, it's not Nissa, it's the meld pair. Lissa? Just so dull, man. And he'll try for the World Sword's Grace. No? Ooh! Alright. Let's go. Man, if I win this, I'm going to go ballistic. It's going to be phenomenal. And block this Nissa, we have the negate. Sure? Keep drawing. Draw your whole freaking library. Man, I will do anything to win this match. Down to 3. We win next turn, so... If we can just counter the World Soul's Grace, or whatever the frick it's called. He's only got... probably 1 left. Connive first. And then you'll have another one, surely. It's the only explanation why he would have done that. Oh, don't do this to me, dude. Oh, it's a moment of truth. Everybody. 3. That's not gonna do it, mate. You're dead. You're so dead. Oh. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh. Oh. Oh, oh, ambitious assault off the top. Get stuffed, mate. Oh, that was just a thing of absolutely just gorgeous beauty. I'm so happy that just worked out the way that it did. His one of probably just Shigeki freaking thing was countered. And he was trying to get the Shigeki back with one of the virtues. We countered the virtues, so he couldn't do too much mana nonsense. He milled 2 of his World Soul's Rage in the early game, so there was probably only the 1 left, as we saw. There it is. Just glorious, mate. That was so good. I'm so happy. if you couldn't tell. I don't think we have time for more. I have to do other things with my life. Unfortunately, I went too long. I was, you know, all of these clicks. I'm gonna have to freaking love you and leave you, people, which is a real disappointment to me. We're at the 35-minute mark. I can't go further tonight. Jumping back into the deck with some final thoughts, I guess, like, at least we got to see everything in action, right? So that part, I did my job. We saw what the deck is capable of. We didn't get to see it against enough of a diverse matchups and whatnot to see how it stands up against that stuff. But I felt like my sideboarding there was perfect against Mr. World Soul's Rage. Or World Soul's Rage? Temur Ramp. Temur, whatever you want to call it. We won. So that's great. I think it would have been interesting to see, like, against, like, maybe Azorius Control, even though I you know, hate playing it against it. I think our sideboard is particularly well suited for that matchup. Also would have loved to try and run up into, at least on camera for you guys, against some Boros Convoke. Didn't get a chance to, but trust me when I tell you that this Into the Fire does a fairly good job against it, and that's what I'm going to have to leave you with tonight, unfortunately. A little bit of a shorter video, but I hope you all enjoyed it, and if you did, kindly consider subscribing to the channel. Of course, sharing the video really helps. Liking, commenting, all of that stuff helps with the algorithm. All of my other links are down there. You can find, you know, where I post my deck list, my Patreon, everything is always down there in the description. And that is going to have to be it for this one, guys. Thank you again. I'll see you all in 2 days with the debut video for Thunder Junction. Little reaction video to that. And then, of course, another fresh brew. And until then, this is Lone Fox from the BrewLab signing out. Peace, y'all. Woo!